And welcome back, Wargaming enthusiasts, to the new turn. Let's see what's been going on. We can hear our plane approaching, and our ISU-122 is taking potshots at the infantry there. The plane has dropped a bomb here in the objective, um, within the bounds of the objective, on the road there. So I imagine there is some sort of nasty tank waiting somewhere on that road, just basically securing it, which is fine. We're not planning to get there anytime soon. That might be the tank that actually moved out from here. Well, the one we still have a contact for, but it's definitely a stale contact. Anyway, let's continue. There isn't really anything happening as we speak. Our infantry is moving up safely. There's no one firing at it. The snipers are even moving up quickly without being shot at, which is a little surprising, although there's still smoke everywhere. We are expecting another shot by the ISU-1. Okay. Yep, there it was. Let's see that again. Let's see if it was effective or is just the smoke blocking our sight. Go back. Yep, we even got a visual on the machine gun there being shot at, which is great. Great. Okay. That sounds good. The infantry is definitely taking position in that forest over there. And I heard a shot. Let's look again more carefully, see if there's any shooting going on. Something here. One more time. The Panther is definitely on fire. Up. Alright, so either the Panther blew up, which is at least a little likely, or there is some sort of enemy presence there and they're firing through the Panther, although I don't see where they would be firing from or at. Nevertheless, I think it's time to move you back. You will need to make some room, and you will then reverse back out of position, and we will continue our reconnaissance here. You are tired, so you're going to get there and wait. You are ready, so you're going to quickly try to get across this, and that's very risky. If there's any enemy infantry left, then we've definitely got a problem, but we'll just, if they get spotted and they're under fire, we're going to move up the ISU back in place, I guess. Or we're going to move up the other ISU, or we're going to do something and suppress that infantry. We do want to spot them. We definitely do want to see where they are. You are still moving and you're exhausted, so how about you stop moving and just stay there? You are ready. You're pausing though. Okay. Well, you don't need to pause. I think that pause was supposed to make you less tired than you were. But since you're not tired, you can just safely move up there. You're moving up. You're ready. Okay. You guys didn't get tired by moving up. Okay, that's great. Now I'm trying to figure out whether I want to move this ISU into those woods, but there is no point to that since the ISU doesn't really... Well, it's, as we could see with that Panther, it's really effective at long range as well, if less accurate. And if we start moving it up, it might take some side shots or something from over there. I still don't know what is over there. We might also Well, the ISU is more visible than infantry, so even if we got here unspotted by infantry, the ISU would definitely get spotted. Especially if we move up fast, which I would have to do, I think, in order to be safe. So we're going to leave them there, and if the infantry sees anything, they're going to move up, crest the hill again, and fire from these positions here. And we're not going to move up the machine gun teams because they're good where they are, and their role is anti-aircraft mostly, and if we have a use for them, then we'll start moving them up. Or if we take the next bit of wood there, we might also move them up then. Okay, and we're going to do something with this infantry, which may or may not be a good idea. We're going to move them up so they start spotting enemies, if there are any, across the wood. So you guys go there, you guys go there, you're just... There we go. So we have people basically spotting all through the line of the woods, and they're going to... Well, if they're going to see anything in those woods over there, that's great. If they don't see anything in those woods over there, we're just going to move them up into the next line there. The MG teams will move up further, and where's the other one? Oh, there you go. So actually, you'll move up here, and you will move up here. So they're slightly behind the rest of the infantry, and we're going to use them to suppress any enemy infantry if we see any in those woods, because we might not have an angle for supporting fire with an ISU. We might or we might not. Anyway, we're going to give it a go, I think. So in the next couple of turns, we're definitely trying to take these woods over here. Hopefully they're unoccupied, but if they are, we're going to have to storm them. We have overwhelming numbers, I imagine. I'm really unhappy that you're exhausted. When we do that, we will try moving these guys up, I think, to this wood over here, which is quite a longer way, but we would have a supporting position here. And we'll start thinking of getting into those woods over here, which I imagine are also unoccupied from what I've seen so far. But the assault on those woods can be at least supported by the ISU over here. So, because we can stand behind that wood here, or rather, we can move up to the crest of the hill and start firing at this. Sorry, at this wood over here, without being exposed to enemy fire, by grace of having this wood over here block the way. And we're going to use that wood to move the rest of the ISUs later on, by the way, because those paths here between the wood and the swamp look very inviting, and they're my best chance of not getting bogged down in some mud somewhere. And a bogged down ISU is pretty much a dead ISU from my point of view, because first of all, if they get spotted, they'll get shot. I imagine in the side armor, and if they don't get spotted, they're just going to sit there and not be able to do anything, not be able to support. They don't have a turret, so they can't rotate it, so they will just be stuck at a fixed position in the middle of a lake, I imagine. So we're going to avoid moving them through there. We don't have too many ICUs to waste. Yeah, so moving through those paths that don't pose a danger of bogging down, that's her greatest and best option. Right, so you guys move up, and actually we're going to do that. You're going to hunt through the river in case there's any trouble ahead. You're going to duck down, and we might start moving up this infantry. Although we're not going to start moving up this infantry because what for? So I wanted to try and move them onto the edge of the forest on the other side, but there really is no point because we don't need to get spotted here. We don't need any more additional attention there. What are you doing? You're not doing anything very much. And you're in a hole. Wait. So there is this sinkhole here, which means there is another crest here, which means we can safely move you up um, to the slope. So let's move you here, and then let's move you slowly up from there. And hopefully you can start spotting. Alright, you're doing that. Great. Great. Alright, that's pretty much it. A little bit of planning, but mostly we're advancing very slowly and cautiously forward. We don't see too many enemy troops yet, so we're firing at what we do see, and hopefully something interesting will start happening soon. I imagine this must get a little bit boring by this point. But it's much more exciting when you're actually trying to do it and figure out all your angles and use your scouts effectively. And so far, our scouts are not very effective. So I wonder whether that means that the enemy is just behind those woods in the second line of defense, sort of, or we're just not seeing anything. Either way. Huh. Anyway, uh, that's me pondering. That's my turn. See you guys next time.